One, we're gonna start in a minute or two. We're just gonna give people enough time to join us. So please be a bit more patient. Okay, I think we are ready to start. So hello again, and thank you for joining today's webinar, Job Target 101, using Job Target and HR Cloud with confidence. My name is Mislav, and I'll be your moderator for today. We're excited to walk you through how Job Target and HR Cloud work together to streamline your recruiting workflows, improve candidate reach, and make your life just a bit easier. Today, I'm also joined by Eric Anderson, Partnership Account Manager from Job Target, and Julia Ramos, who's Job Target's Training Manager. Uh, Before we dive in, here's what we'll cover for today. So Eric will give a quick intro to Job Target and how it integrates with HR Cloud. Then Julia will run through a live demo showing how to advertise your jobs from HR Cloud. And lastly, we'll wrap up with a Q&A, so please feel free to add any questions in the question box on your screen. So with that, let's get started. Eric, would you like to kick us off with an introduction to Job Target, please?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ms. Love. It's great to be here. We're very excited to be partnering with HR Cloud. So, as Ms. Love mentioned, I am the account manager here at Job Target, and I manage the relationship between HR Cloud and Job Target. And I'm excited to share with you a bit about what we do here. So, Job Target is a comprehensive recruitment platform built directly into HR Cloud. We have tools for job advertising, sourcing, benchmarking data, federal contractor compliance, and so much more. For today's webinar, we're really going to start with introducing you to the bread and butter, which is job advertising. I wanted to start off with showing you how the integration between HR Cloud and Job Target works to bring you more efficient job advertising. We automatically do start with pulling your jobs into Job Target, and then you decide where you want those jobs distributed. That could be to Indeed, ZipRecruit, really any site, or our programmatic network, or even jobs, state job bank. But ultimately, you do have access to our over 25,000 plus job sites through the marketplace. Job seekers will then apply to your jobs on those sites, and then we pull all of those applicants back into HR Cloud for you to review, interview, and ultimately hire. Now, before I hand things over to Julia, I wanted to give you some information about the products you'll be seeing in Julia's demonstration. First is our job site marketplace. Julia will show you just how easy it is to post your jobs to any job site on the internet in just a few clicks. One of the posting options you'll see in the marketplace is programmatic job advertising. Instead of just picking one site to post to or selecting a few sites to post to and having to pay for each site, with programmatic, we'll distribute your jobs to over 100 job sites for the cost of posting to just a single site. Our algorithms within programmatic will then auto optimize that posting for performance. We'll add more budget to sites that are getting you applicants and remove budget from sites that aren't. After she shows you how job posting works, Julia's will also show you how you can find insights into your ad campaigns in our report app. With that, I am very happy to turn it over to Julia to begin our live demonstration. Julia, over to you.
All righty, thanks, Eric. Hey, everyone, really excited to be with you all today and go through some simple actions that you can take to get you started using JobTarget through HR Cloud. I have pulled up our demo account that we have with HR Cloud to show you the basics, how you're going to log into JobTarget through our integration. So first off, when you're looking to post your job, you're going to access JobTarget through a specific requisition every single time. That action will also allow you to immediately push any updates or edits to your rec over into JobTarget as well. Or if you simply want to authenticate into JobTarget to poke around, you can do that too. So in HR Cloud, I'm currently in the recruit application on the left-hand sidebar here. And now I'm going to go into the jobs tab up top. These are all jobs that have already been created for us. I'm just going to open the first job here. And again, these are all demo jobs. In our staging environment, we can see on the right-hand side that the job target toggle is on. And I'm going to click the job target tab up top. So this action is going to load in the job target platform right into HR Cloud. It looks like there's a little bit of a hiccup here. So I'm going to go into our demo account in job target to show you guys how to navigate through our own staging account. Just give me a second here. With staging environments, you just never know, right? Hang on a second. Okay. All right. So I'll bring this tab over here. So like I mentioned, the experience within HR Cloud is very much the same as what I'm showing you all here today. It's just that this will be fitted into your HR Cloud experience. So one of the first things that you're going to notice here is that your requisition has come over, right? So because you entered job target in through a job in HR Cloud, you're literally moving that job into the job target platform. So you'll see the job and the location here at the top. The country in the drop-down menu here is going to default to the country that you have in your job. So we have the US, but we also support Australia, Canada, India, the UAE, the UK, if you happen to have jobs that are based there. And if you do, that country will just be auto-filled up here. And the marketplace is going to adapt by just updating with job sites that are available in those countries only. We have our search bar here, which is going to come in handy. We'll talk about that shortly. Our cart button, of course, to review job site products that are already in your cart for this jobs order. Now you'll notice we have some tabs up here. These are pretty self-explanatory, but we're currently in the Home tab. We also have the My Favorite Sites tab where you'll find the boards that you've favorited. The Contract Sites tab that will house all of the sites that you have pre-existing contracts or subscriptions with. We'll go over how to add those to your user account in depth a little bit later on. Then you'll have your popular sites that will give you quick access to the job boards our customers are most used to posting on. The Niche Sites tab isn't available through HR Cloud, but if you needed to search for any niche sites, you'll just use the search bar here. You do have access to the Diversity Sites tab, which will display a handful of sites that will populate based on the job title, and will support any diversity initiatives you have. So sites that target minorities, women, veterans, people with disabilities, etc. So before we keep going, I do want to touch on this larger blue bar that you see here. This is JobTarget's programmatic product, as Eric was mentioning earlier. It's our flagship product. It will take your job and post it to select job boards within our proprietary network of 100 plus job sites. It's completely hands-off for you. Our internal algorithms will determine which job boards to post your job on initially, and then we'll monitor the traffic from each site to ensure you're staying posted wherever you're getting the most impressions until that budget that you've selected completely runs out. We do have two different versions of programmatic. This option that you see here in the marketplace will allow you to advertise just one job with a preset budget of your choosing. So you can choose from a $2.99, a $3.99, or a $4.99 budget. And we aim to get you as much traffic as possible in a short period of time. So what I would want for you all to think about as you're trying to select a budget is how fast you need to hire for the role, if you need to hire super quickly, and how difficult it is to find a candidate for this role. In both of those cases, usually a higher budget is best. Now, the second version of programmatic is called Programmatic Plus. That's our campaign option where you can add in multiple jobs into your campaign for a designated cycle with a budget that you establish. And of course, your company's assigned relationship manager here at JobTarget will be there to guide you through the entire process, from determining a solid budget based on your job types and your market, to understanding if your job ad copy is effective, and then helping you get everything set up. So again, it's as hands-off as possible for you. Programmatic here in the marketplace is best fit for more sporadic hiring needs. Again, it's one by one, job by job. So if you have more consistency with your hiring, you might want to reach out to us to talk about a Programmatic Plus campaign. So if we scroll down here, we do have contract sites. I mentioned I was going to talk about that a little bit later. We also have my popular job sites. These mimic the category tabs that we saw up top. This Easy Apply tag will let you know if the site supports Easy Apply. Currently, HR does not support, HR Cloud doesn't support Easy Apply through JobTarget. But we do have a solution for that. If you'd like to talk about JobTarget Hosted Apply, it will pretty much mimic the Easy Apply process on the job seeker side. The heart icon here, that's your favorites icon. So any site that you favorite, you'll be able to find up here in the favorite sites tab. You'll see the cost for the default product right underneath the site's logo or the site's name. But if you wanted to see if there were other products that they have that we offer, you can click on the additional posting options button. So for LinkedIn, for example, you can click the additional posting options button and you'll find that they have tiered budgets here, medium, low, and high. You can choose based on the role that you're hiring for. These prices come directly from the job board. They're not JobTarget determined. So it's what you would pay if you were to go to the job board directly, unless we're offering a sale on the product, which would mean that the site is giving JobTarget a discount given our long-standing relationship. There's also a description blurb here if you're interested. So to show you guys the checkout process, I'm going to add this product to my cart, and I'll exit out of this pop-up now. Before I head into my cart, I did want to address a note that you might see for a certain job site. It's some text in red that says subscription/inventory required. And that means in order to post your job there, you must have login credentials stored in your inventory for this specific site. So in other words, you have to have a site membership at the very least, or a paid subscription contract, and we'll give you a glimpse on how to add in your inventory in just a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the cart button and show you guys how you'll check out. It's super, super simple. When you're ready, you're just gonna review all of the details in here. the duration, the location of the job, and the costs here, the site that you chose. This is all super important because once you complete an order, there's no turning back. We deliver your job and your funds to the job site immediately to avoid any delays in going live. If you want to add our programmatic product, you could do that right here in this blue bar if you want an extra boost. And if you want, you can add a PO or IO number as well to the order. So I'll hit next step. Okay, and depending on the sites that you chose, you might see this additional information page. So this will populate if the job sites require specific information, or if they have additional optional fields maybe that you can choose to fill. We will display it on this additional info page. These fields are also not job target determined. So if anything, you'll just have to make sure that anything required is filled because that requirement is coming from the job board itself in order for us to post there. So I'll just make a few random selections here. And I'll hit next step, review order. And this might take a second. Okay. On the checkout screen, you're going to enter in your credit card info. This is super easy. Of course, you know, if you happen to have invoicing turned on for your JobTarget account, you'll have the option to be invoiced here. Again, triple check that this job info is correct up top and the site and the cost here is what you expect before going ahead and submitting your payment down here. So I'm not going to add in any card info because this is a staging environment, but I do want to show you guys where to find your order information if you do complete any orders. So I'll just go back into the JobTarget dashboard. Within HR Cloud, you'll have two menu options up on the top right-hand corner. One is going to look like a waffle. We call it a waffle menu, and that's your More Apps menu. So if you go into that waffle menu and you scroll down, you'll find the Orders app. So I'll just click it here. And when you open up the Orders app, you'll be able to view all of the orders that you've completed as a user. We're not going to have any here because it's demo, but you can filter through your orders using the boxes here. And when you do have orders, ultimately, you'll be able to download a receipt here as well. And you can update your stored credit cards using this Manage CC Payment Methods button as well. Okay, so let's talk about inventory. I touched on that a couple of times. To set the stage for inventory, let's say you're using JobTarget to post your jobs to external job boards. However, before you started to use JobTarget, you had established a relationship with a job board account manager at a job site, and you purchased a contract with them for a certain period of time. Maybe you have unlimited job postings for the year, or you bought a certain amount of credits for postings that expire, let's say in the next like 8 months or something like that. You can utilize that contract through JobTarget so that you're truly keeping all of your advertising in one place and not bouncing back and forth between browser tabs. We all know how annoying that is. So to add in your inventory, before you get started, first you'll want to make sure your user account has admin permissions for JobTarget. If you're not sure, that's okay. Just shoot us a message. You could chat with us using the chat bubble down there if you want to triple check before you do this. So again, in HR Cloud, you have two menu buttons on the top right-hand corner. One looks like a waffle. The one that's next to it is 3 horizontal lines, and we call that the hamburger menu. And in that hamburger menu, you'll have the option to add site inventory. Because this is our demo account, I'm just going to go into our inventory manager app, and it's all looks the same. So in here, I'm going to add and replenish site inventory. this is the form that's going to populate for you when you hit that Add Site Inventory button. This form is going to populate to prompt you to add in your details. Now, of course, you can add in a paid job site like those that you're already used to, but for this example, I want to add in a collegiate job board. So I'm going to type in Georgetown, and I want to select an option from the drop-down menu that appears here. Selecting from that drop-down menu is super important because if your site doesn't appear in that drop-down menu, we might not have it stored in our system. Those instances are few and far between, but if you do encounter that, just reach out to us. We can attempt to get the site added for you. That actually also goes for Marketplace. If you don't see a site when you search for it in the search bar, just give us a shout and we'll contact the site and try to establish a relationship. So in the inventory name field, you can really type in whatever name that you'd like. It really is just for you and your colleagues to see it when you find it in the contract sites section in the Marketplace. Usually people try to keep it the same as the site name just to lessen confusion, but it's totally up to you. For the account type section, we have multiple selections here. And what you're going to choose is going to depend on the type of contract that you have with the site. So I'll go through the 4 of them. Credits, in essence, credits are prepaid single postings. So one posting to the site will exhaust 1 credit, and usually you'll buy like a handful of credits to last a certain period of time. Monster and Career Builder are good examples of sites that still use a credit model. If you have a subscription with a site, you'll have a budget that you purchased with an unlimited amount of job postings for a designated period, usually about a year, and Indeed is a good example of a site that utilizes a subscription. I think LinkedIn is the only site that uses a slot model currently. You can think of slots like parking spaces. You can move your requisitions in and out of those spaces until the slots expire on a certain date. Just know that if you do have slots, before you add them in here, make absolutely sure that they're all empty and not occupied directly on the site or elsewhere. Otherwise, when you use them through JobTarget, we might run into errors that could possibly delay your job posting. Now, the last option is for memberships, and memberships are really just a simple way for you to store login credentials for the designated site. So no credits, no contracts that have been paid for. The site simply requires you to log in before you're able to post there. So I chose Georgetown University because many collegiate job boards are powered by a platform called Handshake. You might have heard of them. You'll need Handshake credentials in order to post to any college or university job board within its network of schools. So if you're an employer that wants to attract students and you use Handshake, you'll have to come in here and add membership inventory for every school, even though your login information is going to be the same. It's your Handshake login. And those schools are a good example of that note that I mentioned earlier in the Marketplace, where you might see subscription/inventory required. That might just mean you can't post here unless we have your login credentials, because the site requires you to log in order to post. All right, once your information is correct here, we don't ask you for your username and password within the HR Cloud experience. So you would just hit Submit Request. Once you submit your request, a ticket is going to be created for our support team here at JobTarget, and we will reach out to you for any remaining information like expiration dates, logins, passwords, and then you'll be good to go to use your inventory through the Marketplace, and you'll see it in that contract site section. If I pop out of that form, taking a look at the inventory manager, you'll see this purple bar here at the top to chat with a media specialist. I did just want to call this out to you guys super quick. This is for folks that are not sure about what sites would work best for specific job types or a certain industry that you're in, you can click this button here to get in touch with our media team. Our media team is amazing, absolutely incredible. They have a wealth of experience with job publishers and can give you unbiased advice based on statistics to help you understand what's out there and what you can explore based on your specific scenario. If you do happen to be interested after seeing some data, of course, the media team is going to negotiate and manage any of those job board contracts on your behalf. So completely hands off for you, just like we like it at JobTarget. It's really just something to consider if you're struggling to find talent in today's job market. They're totally free to talk to at any point. And then finally, of course, you can manage your inventory here using the filters to find what you need. You'll see all of your inventory outlined here, the type, if it's a credit model, how many credits are available, when it expires, when it was added, and you can even get rid of it here if you wanted to. All right, so my next topic is going to be our reports app. And because this is a staging account, there have not been any jobs that were posted through this account. So I am going to move you guys over into another demo account here. And I want to show you all what our reports app looks like. So I'm going to go into reports here. Again, same experience that you will have within HR Cloud. All right, so the reports app, if you wanted to, it might be easier to do your reporting within HR Cloud. But if for any reason you wanted to take a look at reporting through JobTarget, you can absolutely do that if you wanted to or need to. The first button up here is the advertising performance report. This one is going to give you a comprehensive view of your job performance. So the amount of postings, the visits or impressions, your application numbers, conversion rate, all based on the criteria that you put in here in the filters. And there are some jobs down below that are going to populate again based on those filters. You'll see individual metrics here as well, clicks and applications and the conversion rate. Now moving on to the job performance report. This one might take a little bit to load because of the compilation of the data. But for the job performance report, it does display similar metrics to those that are in the advertising performance report, but it does make it a little bit clearer for you to hone in on a certain job if that's what you're looking for. So if you prefer, you can sort the columns that are down below here, ascending or descending. If you want to see specific jobs, let's say with the most applications or the most clicks or the highest conversion rate, you can filter those here. Now for the media performance report, this one is going to give you more site-based info without the jobs listed. So it's going to be strictly media being your job site publishers that you often post to. This report is going to display those metrics for that publisher or job board if you'd like a better understanding of which ones are working best for your jobs. This is going to show you which of those sources are working well. So you'll see here the jobs in this demo account have primarily been posted using our programmatic product. But if there were any other sites, you'd see them here in the chart and also at the bottom. So you can see the amount of postings that you have for the publisher and really, again, see which sites are working best for your roles. And then finally, we have the candidate analysis. This one is nice because it'll give you a breakdown of where your job seekers are applying from. So the location section is going to load a map for you with the cities, states, and countries. And you'll also see towards the bottom here, the technology section, you'll see mobile versus desktop traffic. So you can understand, for example, how to modify your job application process, if at all. So for example, because we have so much desktop traffic here, we might want to maybe consider turning JobTarget hosted apply on for whatever jobs that we're filtering for, because we know that some 60 to 70% of traffic nowadays will be mobile traffic, and JobTarget hosted apply allows for an easy apply experience for the job seeker. Okay, thank you all for hanging in there with me through this demo. I am going to move over to Eric for the Q&A portion of this session. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat, and Eric will kick us off.
Thank you so much, Julia. That was fantastic. Always appreciate you diving in to our offerings and how to use JobTarget. We do have a couple questions to start us off, so let me dive right into those. Starting off, question is, do I have to pay to use JobTarget?
No, you don't have to pay to use JobTarget. You can go in today and check it out if you wanted to through HR Cloud. The only time that you'll pay is when you're purchasing a job site product through the marketplace and going through that checkout process.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Julia. Next question we have, do you have organic or free job sites?
We do. We have organic job sites, but you'll need to use the search function within the marketplace to find them.
Okay, great. Thank you. Does look like we have another question on Easy Apply. I know you touched on that a bit, but how can I use Easy Apply within HR Cloud?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So we know that with the majority of applications coming through mobile, Easy Apply is definitely one of the keys to being successful. JobTarget will reflect that need by supporting Easy Apply in a few ways. Currently, HR Cloud doesn't support Easy Apply through JobTarget. That's something that we're working towards together. But in the interim, we can enable JobTarget's hosted apply solution for your account so that you can provide your job seekers with that easy apply, mobile-friendly experience. An additional positive to JobTarget hosted apply is that your candidates will have that easy apply experience even if the job site itself does not have easy apply capabilities, and there are quite a few still. So in other words, if you did have easy apply turned on for a job, if the job site doesn't support it, then job seekers will still have to fill out your entire application on those job boards, which, you know, depending on the type of candidates you're attracting, it might not be the best strategy for you. So if you do decide to use hosted apply or want to learn more about it and we turn it on for you, those applications are going to live within JobTarget itself within the candidate manager tab. And we didn't go through that today, but it's super simple to view and navigate your candidates in there. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you so much, Julia. Looks like I have one more for you. Can I create a job on my own directly in JobTarget?
Yeah, so that's also a good question. So the only reason why anyone would create jobs directly in JobTarget is if you don't use an applicant tracking system where your jobs are hosted, which of course is not the case with HR Cloud. So you won't have the option to create your jobs manually. You'll need to use the integration, as I was showing you guys earlier, to access JobTarget through a specific requisition in HR Cloud. And that way, your jobs that live in JobTarget are all linked to pre-existing requisitions in HR Cloud. I actually do see a question that seems to be more geared towards HR Cloud. Mislav, if you wanted to take this one. We have, how long does it take to set up the JobTarget and HR Cloud integration?
That's a good question. It's very easy to set up, 5 minutes max. It's just a matter of adding your company information and toggling on a couple of settings within HR Cloud.
Nice, easy peasy, just how we like it. Another HR Cloud related question. Can HR Cloud tools help with the entire employee lifecycle?
Uh, Actually, yes. So we have tools that help starting from recruiting, as we've seen today, but also through onboarding, performance management, leave tracking, employee engagement and communication, anything you need, basically.
Awesome, awesome.
I don't
All
have any
right.
questions on my end, Julia. How about you?
Yeah, I think it looks like we are good to go. So we can move on into the contact portion here.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely want to make sure you all know how to get in touch with us after our presentation. We do have a team of experts ready and waiting for you. So in here, you'll see there are three resources we're going to share. I know Julia is going to place those in the chat for everyone. The first one will be how to get in touch with us directly through the contact job target. This will allow you to set up an individual demo with one of our specialists so we can go into your specific needs and how job target can help. The second link Julia shared is a link to our help center. In there is a number of really helpful articles, videos, and user guides to help you optimize your experience within job target. And also the last one is for us our link to sorry about that, my words decided to trip up on me. It's the link to LinkedIn. I think it was the link to LinkedIn that threw me off, everyone. I apologize. This way you can stay in touch with us, see what we're working on, the latest and greatest that we're bringing to our clients as well. And additionally, there are some resources to get in touch with HR Cloud and also to follow HR Cloud on LinkedIn as well. But that is all I have on my end. So we really wanted to thank everybody for joining us today. Please feel free to reach out to us with any questions that you may have through the links we provided, or if you have questions on HR Cloud, you can reach out to your representatives directly or through the HR Cloud contact link as well. But again, thank you so much for having us. We're really excited to be working together.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a great day. Take care.
Bye.